Hello everyone, I'm back with another Riftbound deck tech. Today we're going to be looking at my Draven list that I made a few days ago. This is for set 4 Vendetta. Cards have been updated and added in. Um, and I guess let's just jump right into it. So first off, we have to run the classic Legend and Chosen Champion here. We're still running Draven Showboat. We did not get a Vanquish or Unban, which I was a little disappointed about. I think it would make this deck meta again. Still think it's a good deck, just so we're all on the same page here. But so there's our Legend and Chosen Champ. Our battlefields very standard since we've got Arena's Greatest ban now. We've replaced that with Seat of Power. And we'll talk. There's a Vendetta card I think that could replace Seat of Power. We'll talk about that later. But let's just go ahead and look at, this is our standard mid-range build that we've got going here. We've got 2 Pouty Poros, 2 Vex Apathetics, 3 Tide Turners, 3 Noctis Opals, 3 Overzealous Fans, 2 Ferris Forerunners. Very standard mid-range cards. Very standard mid-range removal pieces in blue or in red, purple. We got Falling Star, Rebuking Gust. 2 of each of those. And then we've still got, I have tried so hard to cut Darius Cleave from my Draven deck. I've tried so hard to find a different way to go about it. I've tried the red Rengars. And I just still don't think anything is going to beat top decking a Cleave while you've got a Darius in your base. I mean, there's just like nothing. It's so wild to me that there hasn't been anything in the game better than this. I mean, or even just top decking Darius when you have a Cleave in hand. It's just too good. You can have a 10 might on one and out of nowhere, and that wins most combats. And then we've got our standard mid-range auto includes here with the 3 of Spinning Axe, 3 of Stacked Dix, 3 of Kaisa. We have 3 Darius and 2 Cleave. Now let's get into some of the new Vendetta cards that I'm trying out in this deck. So we're trying out Twilight Step. I think this card could be Secret OP. This is effectively another charm. We can pull in the units from the opponent's base into our battlefield, kill their unit, draw a card, have control over the combat, and we can cast this later again for its flow cost. So this card just seems to me like at least worth playing around with. I've been playing with it in TCG Arena and having some success. And then let's look at this Twilight Reveler. Now, I think that there's a debate going on in the community around this card, and I'm honestly pretty torn on it as well, because I think you either are running 2 of this Twilight Reveler card or you're running 2 of Red Rek'Sai. I think Red Rek'Sai could be a better card individually. As a top deck, it's definitely better, but this Twilight Reveler card is really solid. You can get a lot of good plays from it. You can have a lot of great setup from it. I mean, playing this on turn 2, turn 3, you play your Ferris Forerunner, you go and you double conk, and you get to leave your Ferris Forerunner down in a battlefield. I mean, that just seems like a really solid loop to me. But gonna need some more playtesting with it. The few times I've played it, I've kind of been like, would have rather had Red Rek'Sai, but I think I need to give this card a little more, time in the sun. Let's talk about the sideboard. First of all, many people are saying that this card fixed Draven. One of our worst matchups was Aurora, and this card is basically the biggest Aurora counter we've seen printed thus far. It's wild to me that it's in the Aurora, colors, but or at least the main Aurora colors. But anyways, yeah, this is just broken. I mean, we've got 3 of them in the sideboard, or 2 of them in the sideboard. Sorry. I mean, when we will pull this card out, we will just leave it in our base, and the Aurora player's not playing for the whole game. Like it's wild how good this card is. Some other cards in the sideboard, I have replaced Starcross with Wind and Ghosts. I'm unsure about that decision, but I just kind of want to try out Wind and Ghosts a little bit. If you guys don't know, you don't usually run Starcross in the main deck as Draven because it can be defied if you're playing into a green matchup. You would rather have Rebukes than the Starcross. So we're going to slot in our Wind and Ghosts in the games where we're not playing against Defy decks. We'll replace our Rebukes with Wind and Ghosts. And then we've got Ocean Drake. I think this is being slept on a lot. This card seems really solid in Draven. It kind of does everything that we want on a unit. And getting to play to an open battlefield seems really solid. So we have one of those in the sideboard instead of like a Baron or something. The rest of our sideboard is fairly standard. We've got 2 Hard Bargains and a Switcheroo, 2 Thunder Songs, and 1 more Ferris Forerunner. The reason, by the way, why we don't run 3 Ferris Forerunner in main deck is because of all of the bounce cards in purple. So if our opponent is playing purple bounce cards, we have to take out our Ferris Forerunners, replace them with Thunder Songs or our Ocean Drake. And so that's why main deck is designed like that. Some Vendetta cards I'm looking at also playing around with, but I don't think they make the list, is Perfect Execution, Gust Monk, and Shadow Order Disciple. I think all 3 of these cards really solid, worth at least giving a look-sees at. Depending on where the meta goes, if we're still playing 3 Gusts in all of our purple decks, or of our opponents are specifically, we can't really run 2-drops that aren't the Pouty Poro, Overzealous Fan, or Tide Turner. These aren't better than those in the current meta, but we have to see how the meta changes. I could see any of these going in. And then the other thing from Vendetta to look at is this Battlefield. I think this is a really strong, solid Battlefield. It could beat over Starcrossed if our deck doesn't lean into it as much as it is right now. I mean, I think Starcrossed just works really well with Tide Turner and the Poros and Noxus Hopefuls and the Overzealous Fans. Like, it's really tough not to just play that. Or this could replace Seat of Power as well. But here's the list as a whole. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This one a little longer than the last one, sorry, but hope everyone has a good day. Thanks for watching.